Here we are. So I'm off to Lindisfarne, holy island of Lindisfarne.
It's 12:35 and the causeway opened at 12:15.
Yeah, so it should be all right. Might still be a bit of sea left.
Been in this inn, haven't we?
Lindisfarne Inn, yeah.
Yeah, a couple of times.
Yeah.
Nice in there.
Yeah.
Dog friendly.
Yeah, so it's caution, check crossing times. God, wind is blowing me all over the place.
And this is supposed to be very nice, isn't it? The barn at
The barn at Beale.
It's where Ian Shaw went, wasn't it?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
You can camp there, can't you?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah, it looks open.
You see how close the sea is, can't you?
Yeah.
Down there. Dries out very quickly, the road. Want to have a look over here? Good picture of my nose there.
Yeah. Spoiling the view.
Oh, smell the sea air.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a beautiful day for it.
Yeah, you're not allowed to camp in tents or caravans or
Motor vehicles.
whatever.
Any motor vehicle.
Yeah. And you're not allowed to cook as well, I noticed.
They could stop you.
So I don't know whether that includes our manual coffee.
Plenty of places to stop there, isn't there?
Mm. There's a castle in the distance, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's quite a walk, isn't it, to the castle, because you can't drive up to that.
No.
And it's not always open.
Yeah.
So probably all
to Holy
queuing up for
Island.
the car park now.
Yeah.
There's two, isn't there? But the one nearest the castle is blue badge and coaches only.
Yeah. See, it's quite packed already.
Yeah. And this is a weekday.
Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
proper honey pot, isn't it?
Look at the queue for the ticket machines.
Less of a queue over there. Watch, I don't squash anyone here.
Take it we're going up the back.
I think so, don't you? Seems to be more space at the back. Next to the Broadway, I reckon.
Yeah.
We're up.
Yeah.
Been in that cafe, haven't you, there?
Yes.
Which way do you want to go?
Should go left first.
Yeah. There we go, in the post office. Yeah, we stayed in this car park last time we came because Bob had the blue badge, didn't they?
Yes.
We brought Bob with us, obviously.
Yep.
And that's your first sight of the castle. Now, we can't go in the castle because... where you're going. Can't go in the castle because it's not dog friendly. So we might take some pictures of it from outside. But, I've got a video of being in there, haven't I?
You have somewhere, yeah.
It's remarkably quiet once you're out of the wind, isn't it? And
Yeah, it's quite
still
pleasant here.
Yeah. Look out on wild Lindisfarne. Can't say that. Yeah. Away from the mania of England. I'm going to have to be here for a while. Yeah, that's clever, isn't it? All
Yeah.
Duck prints and...
Little birds.
There's the harbour.
That's Bamburgh Castle right over there.
Is it?
Yeah.
So we're going to head towards the Priory.
Oh wow. Wind.
There's obviously still a thriving fishing industry here. Repurposed boat there. God, let's go down to the harbour. I don't think I've ever been down here. Yeah. There's a Priory behind, which we'll do a little bit later. Cow and then pups.
That's old, isn't it? Whatever that was.
Yeah. Well, I think it tells you when we go up to the observation hut up there, there's a whole story about it.
Oh, is there? All
Yeah.
right. Still got a couple of windows in it.
Yeah. Yes, well, it's got fully windowed and roofed.
No, I meant that.
Oh, there.
That has not got a roof.
No. Yeah, I'm just going to head on up here, the observation tower. Got to stop. Wind, it's blowing backwards. What's all that then? Hey, what is it? It's a high church. Excavated this in 2016, 2017. Remains of an Anglo-Saxon church, one of the island's first monasteries, from 635. It's up in the observatory.
That tells you the light there, or the tower tells you the way into the, because that's not going to happen. Occasional little signs. Yeah.
Oh, this will better go this way around. Can't see anything, can you, T? All right. There's the harbour, obviously. Gertrude Jekyll Garden.
I could see some going down. I thought they were at sea. Yeah, definitely sea.
Navigation aid, that is over there. And Farne Islands over there. It's a nature reserve, habitat for grey seals, several species of seabirds. Bamborough Castle, one of the largest inhabited castles in the country.
They are.
Blacklaw, Budle Bay, isn't that where Bob stayed?
Yeah.
Southern tip of Lindisfarne? No, it's not, is it? No, I think it's another one. No, there's something called Gulling. Outlaw. Over there you've got the Cheviot Hills. And getting a little bit stormy, I think. Yeah, that's the observation tower we went up. Yep. I think there's a tour guide going on. AD 50 shut up for 3 days and 3 nights on the island of Mekar, Lindisfarne. Welsh cleric. Picts. Yeah, and Scots. Scots. Picts. Angles. And the Saxons. Yeah. Kingdom of Northumbria, King Ethelfrith. St Aidan. Travelled from Iona, off the west coast of Scotland, to Lindisfarne in 635 at the request of Oswald, King of Northumbria. He used Lindisfarne as a base to convert Northumbrians who did not believe in a Christian God. That was the first monastery. He chose Lindisfarne as his base. Yeah. It's a wooden church, the original one, apparently. Nothing left of it. So it was built in a Celtic manner, simple and austere. Number of small huts and wattle and daub timber. St Cuthbert of Lindisfarne. Into the monastery at Melrose in Scotland.
Yeah.
Succeeded Boycil as prior of Melrose in 662 and became prior of Lindisfarne. He was a Northumbrian priest who travelled constantly preaching and baptising a number of men and women. Lived on St Cuthbert's Island, but seeking a greater location he moved to the island of Farne and lived as a hermit. And he reluctantly agreed to be consecrated bishop and resumed his missionary travels. Returned to Farne in 686 and was made a saint in 698. Died in 687. Discovered in Durham Cathedral in 1827. Thought to be one of the oldest timber coffins in Britain. It's said to be in perfect condition. Oh yeah.
Quite incredible, really, all that time. Isn't it?
Yeah. Well, the markers, they use stone crosses. Crosses used as a focal point of worship in the countryside. Grave cover. Boundary marker. Marking a well. It's a market cross. And the rest of it up there. That's a Viking Raiders stone. One side has a centre, a cross around which carved the sun, moon, two hands and figures, which may be praying. The Viking raids on Lindisfarne forced the monks to flee the island by 873, taking with them the relics of St Cuthbert. They moved to Durham in 995, and the monks at Durham began to build a magnificent Norman cathedral to house Cuthbert's remains. We've been to Durham Cathedral, haven't we? No? Been to Durham and never to the cathedral? No. AD 1069, a lair of wild animals and robbers. Northern England continued to resist William I after his invasion in 1066. There was a general rising. William came north. At Christmas he'd reached York and crossed a rebellion. He started depopulating a great swathe of country running north from Derby. So between York and Durham there was not an inhabited town. And the lairs of wild animals and robbers, greatly to terrify travellers. That's when they went to anticipate this destruction. St Cuthbert's relics were taken to Durham. And the revival of monastic life, 1083, 1172. And the monks from Jarrow and Monkwormouth combined to serve Durham Cathedral. And the old congregation of St Cuthbert now left. Right. Handmade to Durham. Became the mother of all religious places in that part of the realm. Became a handmaid to Durham. 1300, 1500 at least, one sung mass celebrated every day. It was largest in the 13th century. The Priory's income was over £200 a year, enough to support 10 monks. And the Scots took it in the Scottish Border Wars. Character everyone recognises. The dissolution of the Priory between 1524 and 1529. 29 religious houses are closed by Cardinal Wolsey with little resistance. All Durham cells, apart from Durham College, Oxford, closed. The monks returned, and the monastic life came to an end. Right. Because by the 17th century, the Priory was abandoned, buildings left to rot. The owner then in 1613 stripped all the lead off the roof and other large buildings, and the islanders used some of its stone to build their own houses. And it became a garrison. And some stone was plundered from the Priory to build a Tudor fort, Lindisfarne Castle, on the outcrop of rock called Bedlow Crag. Right. There's the parish church of St Mary on the right. It's just started raining, so we'll have a look round the Priory. I think it's cleared some of the crowds out, hasn't it, the rain? Place of pilgrimage for 1300 years.
Yeah, but I'm definitely going to over.
You're finding a bit of shelter.
Yeah, can't go very far. I can count a bit of shelter. You're going to get stuck, Pops.
Oh, well, that's a disappointment, isn't it, Pops? Come on.
I reckon that went right to the top.
Poppy, could you come this way, please? Thank you.
Seems to be on Poppy's tour, isn't it?
Yeah. You found somewhere else you can't go in?
No, she can't go in.
Go on. Oh. It's amazing how much is left of it, really. I said it was so closed in 1537 as part of the dissolution of monasteries. First it was used as a storehouse for military supplies, but in 1613 lead was stripped from the roofs and sold. The church fell into decay and its stone vaults collapsed. The rainbow arch high above the central crossing of the church once formed part of the vault, and a tall tower which rose above. Drawing from the end of the 18th century shows the south side of the nave still standing. Most of it collapsed shortly afterwards. Most of the west front fell down in the 1850s, but by then people were becoming interested in preserving such ruins. Right. Oh, sun's coming out now. Poppy's found some stairs The night stairs to the dormitory.
Which is no longer there.
I think you're missing a dormitory there, Pops. Come on. Tara doesn't like this thing. No. I don't think she's that keen on it. You put your hood down now, it's not raining. It's really taking her time there. So this is the site of the 13th century chapter house after the church, the most important of the priory buildings where the monks met to commemorate the dead and discuss day-to-day business. Supports for the stone vaults which covered it survive on the left. The dormitory would have been on the floor above.
Yeah, which probably can't get to.
Yeah, so the general arrangement of the monastic buildings followed the standard plan with ranges of living quarters around three sides of an open square garth and the fourth side enclosed by the church. Lindisfarne, the cloister walks around the side of the garth were simply covered passages connecting the various buildings or would have been of little use for study or contemplation. You can see how extensive the ruins are,
Yeah.
or how big the original buildings were. It's good, isn't it, Pops?
Isn't it?
Yeah, not through there though.
No.
You can see there's a fence there.
You can see where this had some more floors.
Yeah. The what are they called? Is it lintels? Where they?
I think so.
Yeah. This is the warming house. Probably.
They were allowed a fire, weren't they?
Yeah, they were allowed a fire, and it's thought the foundation straight ahead may be the remains of a 13th century infirmary for the sick and aged monks. Priory entered a long period of difficulty in the 14th century following the outbreak of war. War with Scotland. Its income declined. Number of monks dropped as few as 3 by the 15th century. The early buildings were too elaborate, and for this reduced community and a more informal layout evolved in the mid 14th century. The warming house became the living room, separate room for the prior upstairs. The fireplaces and tall chimney on the left date from that period.
Yeah, there's the big one in the lounge, and there's the prior's one up there, isn't there?
Yeah, so the threat of Scots invasions also forced the monks to make their buildings defensible. The high enclosed walls formed part of the fortifications erected in the 14th century. So the higher walls there.
Yeah.
And all around there as well. What's this then?
Service wing. Refectory is... We're standing there, so the refectory is behind us where they actually ate.
Yeah.
They've got a larder, this way is...
Yeah. Where Poppy is in the
Poppy's
kitchen.
near the larder.
All right, yeah.
Aren't you?
You got in the larder?
In there.
Find us something to eat.
Then you can go to the kitchen,
Yeah.
just across there, and cook it. Or you can get a brew from the brew house at the
fancy
back.
that. Go on the kitchen. Go on, Poppy. We can have a look at the kitchen. There's the kitchen. Poppy, kitchen there. See if they've left anything. You found anything yet, Pops?
I think they've left anything, have they?
No, I think it's all gone by now.
This is the brew house at the back there.
What's in there then? Hey, what's that? All right.
I've got for one horrible moment that I hadn't got a bottom to it. There's a lost bit of a sea of her.
Wow.
Ah.
You wouldn't be that daft, would you, Pops?
No, that's what I thought. She wouldn't be that stupid.
No, I don't think we've been here. I don't think we've ever properly looked round it.
No, that must have been that sort of round there. Big barrel.
Yeah, it could have been, couldn't it? Big barrel of beer there, eh?
Mead, wouldn't it be?
Mead? Yeah, okay. It's beautiful. So all I've got here is a sculpture of St Cuthbert.
He doesn't look very happy, does he?
No. And the noise you can hear behind us is the noisy tour guide. Just taking a couple of minutes with St Cuthbert. Very peaceful. Well, it must have been like the garden or something, I suppose.
There's a plaque over there, probably tells us.
Yeah. Even Poppy's having a rest. And Tara? Thank you. Well, we've had to cut our adventure a little bit short. We're just sitting there contemplating St Cuthbert, and I looked at Tara's eye, and she'd got a tick just below her eye. So I've tried to get it off with tick remover and can't get it off, so we're going to take her to a vet in Berwick and get her sorted out. So not a good ending to our little day, and the weather's a bit better now.
Yeah, it's less windy and
Less
sunny
windy.
now.
So
Yeah.
we'll video the crossing back. So anyway, if you enjoyed most of the video, give us a thumbs up and remember to subscribe, and we'll catch up with you in the next one. Big shout out for Ramparts Veterinary Centre at Berwick. They're on the Ramparts Industrial Estate, and they've removed the tick from Tara's eye. It came off relatively easily, and I think it was dead, so Tara had some tick and flea treatment, so I think that killed it, so they got it off relatively easier than they did it. So thank you to them, and they did it for free, which is brilliant. So that's Ramparts Veterinary Centre if you're in this part of the world.